warm welcome to the World Report. I'm Gauri Dwivedi. Let's start the show as always with headlines.
Who's ready to stand up?
Canada chooses Liberals over Conservatives again. Mark Carney is set to be the next Canada Prime Minister. Liberals still short of absolute majority.
Build Canada strong.
Mark Carney attacks Donald Trump in victory speech. He says that Trump is trying to break us after the Liberal win. Canadian vote against hate. Khalistani beta Jagmeet Singh loses seat. His party NDP down to 7 seats, lose the National Party status. Canada's political winds haven't just shifted, they have blown Khalistan beta Jagmeet Singh and his National Democratic Party or NDP clear off the political map of Canada. The irony, the NDP is no longer a national political outfit after failing to secure the minimum 12 seats. Democracy has been wiped out for a while, and now it finds itself scratching the bottom of Canada's political barrel. The party seems over in a night that spelled doom for the New Democratic Party. Its long-standing leader Jagmeet Singh bit the dust. He even lost his own seat. What came next was a decimated Jagmeet Singh waving the white flag with a speech more dreamcatcher than damage control, while his party teeters on the brink of extinction. After years of riding shotgun to Justin Trudeau, Jagmeet Singh's extremist political gamble has finally come home to roost. Canadians saw through the smoke and mirrors. In fact, he said that we are only defeated if we stop fighting. This is what Jagmeet Singh said when he clung to tired slogans, while the NDP, of course, sank like a stone. But the numbers told the real story. Just 7 out of 343 seats. Not a dent, not a ripple. It's a wipeout, viewers. And if Jagmeet Singh's track record wasn't shaky enough, his cozy flirtation with Khalistani separatists lit a political powder keg. Critics have long accused him of talking of both sides out of his mouth, speaking unity in Ottawa while staying silent on extremists who seek to splinter India and stain Canada's global standing. Jagmeet Singh's support for radical voices was the straw that broke the camel's back for many voters. And after 8 years at the helm, Jagmeet Singh walked off the stage with little to show but empty rhetoric and a gutted party. He passed the buck for years, and now the buck stops here. Jagmeet Singh bet the farm on borrowed time, and now the clock has run out.
Obviously, I'm disappointed that we could not win more seats, but I'm not disappointed in our movement. I'm hopeful for our party. I know that we will always choose hope over fear and optimism over despair and unity over hate. New Democrats literally built this country. New Democrats built this country. We have built the best of Canada, and we aren't going anywhere. Thank you so much. Love you all. You're amazing. Merci infiniment. Appreciate it so much.
From central banker to Canada's next Prime Minister, Mark Carney has officially taken the helm of the Liberal Party, succeeding Justin Trudeau. This report tells you why Canada decided to bet on a man who contested his very first election at the age of 60.
Build, baby, build. That was the message from Mark Carney to US President Donald Trump as he vowed to build a stronger Canada under his prime ministership to be able to take on the economic and the annexation threat coming from its southern neighbor. Mark Carney now has a full term as Prime Minister after he led the Liberals to a 4th consecutive win in the federal elections in Canada. Mark Carney, a political outsider, was able to ride on the perception that he's the best man to be able to negotiate with US President Donald Trump when the tariff threats from the US administration, the Trump administration, threatened to derail the Canadian economy and also the threat to Canadian sovereignty. Mark Carney is not a career politician. He's a banker who has been the former governor of the Bank of Canada and the Bank of England and was also the economic advisor to Justin Trudeau. However, his campaign was able to dissociate itself from Justin Trudeau building an image and a narrative for Mark Carney that he is the best man as an economist, a banker, to be able to navigate this tricky situation with the United States, its old ally and partner. Meanwhile, Mark Carney now has to deliver on many counts. Domestic issues include inflation, the housing crisis, and also putting in more money in the pockets of the middle class, for which he's already said that he will, in fact, cut the lowest tax bracket by 1% to provide two income families with $825 annually. Apart from that, he has also said that more houses will be built to ease the housing crisis that Canada has seen. But the biggest challenge for Mark Carney will be able to negotiate an economic deal, a trade deal with US President Donald Trump.
That told you the challenges that lie ahead for Mark Carney and why Canada stood behind the Liberal leader. But this report tells you in greater detail why Mark Carney actually is the next Prime Minister of Canada, and more importantly, why Canada chose to select him over Pierre Poilievre. Take a look.
Once better known in financial circles than political ones, Mark Carney is now at the centre of Canada's political future, having led the Liberal Party to become Canada's 25th Prime Minister.
Who's ready to stand up for Canada with me? And who's ready? Who's ready to build Canada strong? Okay, we got that settled. That's good.
Carney took the baton from Justin Trudeau at a moment of political uncertainty and global tension. With President Trump's repeated threats related to trade and even annexation, Canada's defense, many now believe, could rest on Carney's shoulders.
The discussions with the Americans, the demands of the Americans change, or at least of the president, change on an almost daily basis, as do the timelines. Let's see what the situation.
Born in the Northwest Territories, raised in Edmonton, he went on to become the governor of the Bank of Canada during the 2008 crisis. In 2013, he became the first non-Brit to head the Bank of England and later steering the UK through Brexit. But Carney wasn't always destined for politics. He aligned with the Liberal Party in 2021, just as Trudeau's popularity began to fall. When offered the finance minister post in 2023, he declined. This move triggered internal crisis, and within months, Trudeau stepped aside. Carney's campaign is focused on fixing the economy, shielding Canada from Trump's trade threats, and stabilizing a fractured political climate. When Trump hinted at annexing Canada, Carney's viral comeback, "We find you attractive, but we are not moving in with you," struck a chord. His international credentials give him credibility in navigating economic turbulence. But critics argue he spent more time leading foreign institutions than serving Canada. As Canada has decided, Prime Minister Carney now faces a volatile US president, among other challenges. Ridhima Kedia, NDTV World.
Mark Carney is still set to lead a minority government. The Liberal Party hasn't been able to reach the 172 magical number. This report that's been filed by Yash Chawla tells you what lies ahead for a minority government and how it could be different from actually getting the halfway mark.
Keep in mind that the last government that was led by Justin Trudeau was also a minority government with the support from NDP. So it's going to be interesting because you're going to keep a lot of people happy to ensure that the House still functions. And when if you remember in February this year, when Justin Trudeau was trying to step aside, and there was this whole issue between the November of 2024 to the February of 2025, when Justin Trudeau was trying to, I wouldn't say play with fire, but at the same time, Jagmeet Singh was also, threatening to pull out of the government, but was not ready to pull out of the government and was waiting for some provincial elections to take place. And then, and eventually they never pulled out of the government. So it's going to be a topsy-turvy ride for this minority government if it happens. And who knows when the next elections will be called again, because it's going to be an uphill climb for the Liberal Party, keeping in mind what everyone thinks of the damage which was already being done in the last 4 odd years, specifically with the policies, with the immigration, as well as the housing crisis. It's going to be a very difficult and an uphill climb for the Liberal Party. And the next 6 months after the election, after the swearing in of Mark Carney, are going to be extremely crucial for not just Canada, but for also the political relations from with United States across the border, and also with major nations like India, China, Mexico, because we come in the same continent as Mexico. That will be very crucial.
How much of a political hot potato immigration will continue to be for the next government, and will students bear the brunt of such policies? So there's a quick reaction coming in from Sai Vikas Vagre on that.
Confidence in Canada has been eroded. There have been some bad actors, but that being said, generally the policy making has been quite erratic. There's been no method in madness. The immigration policy kept changing on a frequent basis, and that has impacted the confidence of Canada, especially in the South Asian market. So that needs to be restored. So there has to be a semblance of policy that needs to come in.
For Pierre Poilievre, it's so near yet so far. Listen in to the Conservative Party leader conceding defeat to Mark Carney.
Canadians have opted for a razor-thin minority government, a virtual tie in the vote count. So I would like to congratulate Prime Minister Carney on leading this minority government. We'll have plenty of opportunity to debate and disagree, but tonight we come together as Canadians. We will do our job. Yes, we will do our job to hold the government to account. But first, we congratulate people from all political backgrounds on participating in the democratic process. We are cognizant of the fact that we didn't quite get over the finish line yet. We know that change is needed, but change is hard to come by. It takes time. It takes work. And that's why we have to learn the lessons of tonight so that we can have an even better result the next time the Canadians decide the future of the country.
All right, on that note, we slip into a very short break. We come back with lots more news and the World Report continues. Stay with us. India raised the Pahalgam terror attack, which killed 26 civilians at the United Nations, called out Pakistan as a rogue state after its defense minister openly confessed to supporting terrorism. Ambassador Yojana Patel urged the global community to act against Pakistan, saying the world can no longer turn a blind eye. Meanwhile, Pakistani troops violated the ceasefire along the line of control for the fifth consecutive night, prompting a measured and effective response from the Indian Army in areas including Kupwara, Baramulla and Akhnur. Back home, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh briefed Prime Minister Modi on security measures following meetings with top military officials. The Pahalgam terror attack, the deadliest since the 26/11 Mumbai attacks that left 26 tourists and a local dead, marked a grim chapter in Kashmir's security situation post the abrogation of Article 370. The Congress Party has demanded a special session of Parliament emphasizing unity and solidarity in the face of terrorism. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Modi will chair a crucial cabinet committee on security meeting today, in fact on Wednesday, the second such meeting since the Pahalgam terror attack. The first CCS meeting was held on the 23rd of April, just after Prime Minister Modi cut short his visit to Saudi Arabia and landed in New Delhi. In a major move, the centre has already suspended the Indus Water Treaty with Pakistan, one of the 5 key decisions that were taken at the previous meeting. Let's now get in my colleague Nazir, who's joining us live from Pahalgam to talk to us about the situation that's unfolding on ground. Nazir, talk to us about the situation that you are seeing on ground in the midst of the fast-paced developments.
Well, it's week after terror attack here in Pahalgam. The town is leaping back to normalcy tourists have started coming back to this place, and NIA is investigating this terror attack. They are recording the statement of eyewitnesses. They many these poniwalas and all those vendors were there when this terror attack took place. And behind these mountains, I'll show you, this is on the other side is forestry, dense forest is Baisaran Valley, and a major operation is still underway since last 1 week. But so far, security forces have no success in tracking down those 3 attackers who have been named, and their pictures have also been made public by the police. And a reward has also been announced. But when it comes to tourists, I'll show you. Look at all these tourists are here enjoying chilling on the banks of this Lidar River here in Pahalgam. Yesterday, 1,300 tourists have come to Pahalgam, and today is expected the number may cross that. Normally, around 8,000 tourists would normally come to Pahalgam every day, but because of the terror attack, they come in reduced numbers. There are many cancellations. I'm here joined by one tour operator from Mumbai who has come to assess the situation, and then he will decide whether he will bring groups here or not. आपका शुभ नाम?
मेरा नाम दीपक नावंदे है, तो मैं सैफरन हॉलिडेज का मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर हूँ।
अच्छा, तो ये आप क्या किससे आए? तो
एक्चुअली हमारे बहुत सारे टूरिस्ट अभी यहाँ पे थे जिनको हमने सेफली उनके घर पहुँचा दिया है। 25 तारीख को हमारे सब लोग हमारे पुणे मुंबई में आ गए।
तो आज क्या है? आप
आज जस्ट कि हमने खुद होके 30 तारीख तक के सब बुकिंग कैंसिल किए थे, 100%। बट इसके आगे के भी बहुत सारे बुकिंग्स है मेरे पास जो कि मई मंथ के लिए।
अब वो कैंसिल होंगे या आ जाएंगे?
वो अभी तक हमने ऑफिशियली अनाउंस नहीं किया है, बट लोगों को यही समझा रहे कि सर जो था बहुत भयंकर था, हम भी उसके खिलाफ है। ये जो भी हुआ उसका किसी को पता नहीं था, वो बहुत दुखद घटना थी।
वो तो आप कह रहे हैं वापस ला रहे हैं टूर ऑपरेटर?
तो हम वही टूरिस्ट को बता रहे हैं कि आप फिर से आइए।
So tour operator from there, I spoke to many tourists earlier. They say they are very happy. People are so good. It may have been horrible terror attack, but it is the people, their confidence, they are coming back here.
All right, Nazir, thanks much for taking out the time to explain that to us on the World Report. Moving on to more important news coming in. The death toll from a massive explosion at Iran's Bandar Abbas port has climbed to 70, with over 1,200 people injured. Officials have said that the blaze that's likely caused by improperly stored chemicals is now under control after raging for 2 days. Supreme Leader Ayatollah Khamenei has ordered a probe amidst fears of sabotage and reports of a cyber attack following the blast. Russian President Vladimir Putin has announced a 3-day ceasefire from 8th to the 10th of May to mark Russia's Second World War Victory Day celebrations. While Moscow calls it a gesture for peace, Ukraine is demanding a longer, immediate truce. The announcement follows a call between Russia and US diplomats. President Trump has urged a permanent ceasefire to end the war. In Washington, President Trump is doubling down on immigration. He signed 3 executive orders targeting sanctuary cities, bolstering police protections and mandating English proficiency for truck drivers. His administration touted a sharp drop in border arrests, but civil rights groups are raising alarms over due process violations and reports of US-born children being deported with their undocumented parents. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu returned to court testifying in his long-running corruption trial. He faces charges of fraud, bribery and breach of trust, allegedly trading favors for gifts and favorable media coverage. Netanyahu denies these accusations, calling them a politically motivated witch hunt against him. Lights are back across most of Spain and Portugal after a massive blackout left tens of millions of people without power of phones or the internet. Grid operators blame sudden temperature variations, but the exact cause remains unclear. People were trapped in lifts, they were stranded in metro tunnels and cut off from communication lines. By Tuesday morning, electricity had been restored to nearly 90% of mainland Spain and most of Portugal. The UK and the EU are forging a new strategic partnership, defying pressure from Donald Trump's foreign policy stance. A draft declaration outlines closer trade ties and security cooperation, particularly on Ukraine. The proposed pact comes ahead of a key UK-EU summit on the 19th of May and includes possible youth exchange programs and renewable energy investments in the North Sea. US President Donald Trump is marking the completion of his first 100 days in office with a grand celebration at the White House. Top CEOs from giants like Nvidia, Hyundai, Johnson & Johnson and Toyota are attending the event. Trump is expected to announce partnerships across defense, healthcare and tech sectors aimed at boosting US manufacturing and trade. Amazon has launched the first satellite of its ambitious Kuiper project today, marking a major step towards creating a global broadband network. The constellation will eventually include over 3,000 satellites. This move pits Jeff Bezos directly against Elon Musk's Starlink, which already leads the space internet race. Amazon Web Services backing this new infrastructure. OpenAI rolls out new shopping feature ChatGPT that will now provide users personalized product recommendations with images, reviews and purchase links. OpenAI is trying to compete with Google's Alphabet, which provides user-focused options. Indian filmmaker Pahalgam is joining the jury at Cannes Film Festival 2025. The jury, that's headed by French actor Juliette, will choose Best Film from a selection of 21 movies. Kaparia's film All We Imagine as Light won the Grand Prix at Cannes last year. Blake Lively and Anna Kendrick, a star of film Another Simple Favor, premiered in New York. The film is a sequel to A Simple Favor. The story is about two friends who reunite for a wedding in Italy that takes a surprising turn. Lively has praised director Paul Feig and co-star Anna Kendrick, calling them Dream Team. The movie will stream from 1st of May. Listen in.
Obviously, this is one of the most anticipated sequels in a long time. But I'd be remiss to not say there were some distractions over the last couple of months. How did that affect you?
Oh, nothing. We're fine. I mean, everybody's just doing their thing. We had such a great time making this, and people are so excited about the movie that's all that matters.
With that, it's a wrap. Thanks so much for watching this edition of The World Report.